So let's talk about the hero archetype because this is one of the most recognizable archetypes. It's present in every culture. Everyone is familiar with this archetype, so it'll be easier to highlight some of the things I've been talking about. So the story of the hero and the hero archetype really speaks to us. It's ingrained deeply in our psychic makeup because we are all our own heroes in our own myths personally. So we can see we have five different figures here, five different characters, and they all have varying and unique characteristics to them, which represents the fluidity of the archetype. So the hero can be represented with many different faces. Joseph Campbell wrote a book about this called The Hero with a Thousand Faces. But at their core, they all embody certain qualities and embark on similar journeys that embody the archetype of the hero. So if you're familiar with the stories of these five characters, you know that they all represent a hero figure, and you know this intuitively. So we have Katniss in the Hunger Games, we have Harry Potter, we have the woman from A Handmaid's Tale, which, full disclosure, I never watched. I've seen like 3 episodes, but I know just from what I've seen that she embodies the hero archetype. It's pretty obvious. And this is the thing about archetypes. Once you recognize them, you can assume that they embody certain qualities because it's universal. And then we have Simba and the Lion King, and then we have Neo in the Matrix. So there are certain things that all of these characters embody or have in common or share amongst their stories. So one of the first things when recognizing the story of a hero is that there is a separation from what they know, their home, the people around them, because there is a call to adventure. There is an opportunity to take a journey of some sorts. And oftentimes this is forced upon them. It's not voluntarily. And there's often a resistance to the call to adventure. And the more you resist, the more bad things happen typically. So with Katniss, she is drawn into the Hunger Games. With Harry Potter, he goes off to Hogwarts with this woman from The Handmaid's Tale. If I'm just guessing, I don't really know. I would say at some point an opportunity presented itself, which she took, where she began to rebel against the established order, against the tyranny. If you've seen that show, maybe you know when exactly this point was, whenever she was called to this adventure or journey. Then with Simba, there was his father dying, and then with Neo, there was the communication from Morpheus and the people outside the Matrix who were trying to wake him up, and then Morpheus gave him the choice of taking the red or blue pill. And then with Simba too, at one point, there was the call to go back home, which you could also say this was another call to adventure because he knew he would have to face or take on his uncle. So that's one aspect of the hero's journey. And then at some point, there are trials and obstacles that they must face. There may be some sort of tyrant they have to overthrow for the good of the community. And this transforms the hero. So the hero, once they complete their tasks, which they are not doing solely for themselves either. This is another key characteristic of the hero, is that what they're doing is for the greater good. And once they are transformed and they overcome the obstacles that they had to face, there is some sort of treasure that's gained. There is insight or wisdom or knowledge or a healing of some sort, something that they are able to bring back to their community or to their society and disperse amongst them. So all these characters did something great for their societies they gain something from the trials and were able to disperse amongst their community some sort of treasure or insight or wisdom or freedom. So another archetype that you will find associated with the hero's journey is the wise old man archetype. So this is a figure that is there to provide assistance and support and guidance to the hero, to help the hero gain some sort of knowledge or wisdom or direction or skill set that is going to help them overcome the obstacles and difficulties along their path. So going off the movies from the last slide, we have Hamus, who assists Katniss in getting prepared for the Hunger Games. We have Dumbledore, who helps Harry Potter all throughout his journey. We have Rafiki, who helps Simba, and then we have Morpheus, who guides and trains Neo. So I didn't put the Handmaiden's Tale on here because I actually don't know which figure in that story is this archetype since I haven't seen it. But if you have seen the story, you can probably pick out which character or figure embodies this archetype in the show. And the female counterpart to the wise old man is called the Magna Mater or the Great Mother. And she fills a similar role in the hero's journey. She provides counsel and guidance and support and emotional or spiritual sustenance of some kind that helps the hero along their path. So hopefully going over some examples has made the concept of archetypes a little bit clearer.